Okay, you can see here I have gone ahead and I've cut two more reinforcements to the side, and they're the equal distance from one end to the other. One here, and what I've done is I've chosen to make these at places where I can go flat across the fuselage, and I've also got the fuselage. You can see I got it pretty high off the bottom, so I'm isolating it in the middle. Like I said, each airplane is kind of unique. What we're running into here is that this is a 3-engine airplane, and the outboard wings, the wing panels, usually this fuselage would be a lot lower in here. It'd be almost on the bottom of it, and then the wings would be mounted over the top of it on rails that went across. But these have large nacelles to it, so I'm gonna mount the wings in here vertically, up and down. Let's see, back off a little bit, see if you can see. I'm going to mount those vertically. They'll be standing on end, coming from here, and they'll fit between here and the tail back there. I will go over in a minute how we secure the fuselage. I know it looks kind of weak there. It wouldn't, but we will isolate it down to where it won't move anywhere. When you're buying your materials, you need to invest in some of the pipe insulation. I use that everywhere that touches the fuselage on the bottom. It'll also be everywhere the wing touches this here. In my trailer I pull, I drop hundreds of miles, and my wing's sitting on foam like this, and it does not hurt the leading edge. So I can't imagine the trip going across country would be much worse than what I experienced in my trailer. But anyway, we've made 2 stands here. I will make one more towards the rear. That'll just give me, and I'll show you how we secure the fuselage, and then I'm going to do some more trial fitting on the wing. But once all that's in, I know my location for my wing, then I will secure the fuselage down permanently that location. When somebody gets a airplane from me, they end up having to cut it out of the box. And it's more or less what you want. You don't want anything to come apart. That's why I glue. You can see glue running down. I glue and tack everything. Use plenty of nails. All right. Okay. You can see here I've got the wings in place on the same stringers I put across to set the fuselage on. What I had to do is, before I can secure the fuselage, I had to go ahead and install the wing, or put the wings in. So because I eventually won't be able to get the wings in place if I put the stringers that are going to secure the fuselage. So anyway, what I've done, you can see I've got them sitting in here. I haven't secured them yet. I'm going to. They'll be locked in a vertical position beside the fuselage. They'll be locked in place, and they won't be able to move. What I did, the reason I had to put them in there is because I had to put a stringer across here, so I can run some stringers up beside the fuselage, lock it in place, and I had another one up top here. So I've got those nailed in, and now what I'm going to do is go back and put stringers in. And like I said before, every plane you do is going to be different. And it's just whatever works. And if I hadn't had the nacelles on this, I could have put them on top of above the fuselage like I normally do. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna lock the fuselage in place. I'll show you how that's done, and then I will I'll move over to the wings and get all this secured in. And I've only been working probably about an hour so far to get to this point. If I hadn't stopped to do the video, it would have been a lot faster. So let me get this done. I'll be right back. Okay, you can see here I've got the upward supports going on each side of the fuselage, and I put the padding in there that keeps the fuselage from moving side to side. And then, because I needed to be, you won't be able to saw that out, I went ahead and put the cross support that won't allow the fuselage to go up and down in with screws themselves. You can see it right there. I've screwed that in, so when it gets to the location, they'll just be able to cut that top stringer and spread them apart and get the fuselage out. So I've got that one done in the rear, and I've also done it in the front. So now we're totally, you can see I'm pulling on it. I mean, I'm up and down, sideways. I'm totally locked in as far as the fuselage. It can't go anywhere. What I'm going to do now is move to the wing, and I'm going to put some supports in to lock the wing straight up and down. Like I said, the leading edge will ride on the foam here. I'll probably put an extra piece of foam just in case. But we're going to do both wings like this. They will be locked in, and they will not be able to move. And that's what you're doing. The whole object of this is to isolate the airplane in the middle of this crate. These things should be able to even survive a short fall. Most small prints say they have to be able to survive a 5-foot fall, and I don't doubt that this will, once we get the whole thing sheeted, be able to survive that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lock both wings in and show you how I secure those in, and I'll be back. Okay, you can see here I've got the stringer that goes up the back that the wing will be secured to. It's not tied to it yet, but you can see where it goes. You also see the fuselage just runs right beside it. Everything will be locked in. That's that end. We're going to move around here from the end so you can see. You can see from the back side I've got both wings up against the stringers. I'm going to show you how I secure these. You may laugh, but the best thing I've worked with, and I've used it, like I said, I go back from stuff I've done in the past, and I go in my transport trailer and I tie wings down. I have yet to have one come loose. What I do is I take plain masking tape and I start at the bottom and I bring it up and put the sticky side away from the paint. I don't want it sticking to the paint. So I bring it up, and anywhere it comes across where it's going to go across a sharp point or a wing or whatever, I pinch the tape so it will come across there and not break. And I like the sticky side out, and I just pull it snug. I don't over tighten, and I come back and I do this several times. That's it. Sticky side always out. I do that about twice. Then I go sticky side in and go back against the tape I've already put on there. And this gives you a good, secure, this locks that in. It won't let it move. It secures the tape on itself. And then on the bottom, once I get it on there, I will make sure it's tight by running tape around there. That won't go anywhere. I mean, the wing won't move sideways, won't move up, down. And I do that several times. I also go back here and do it on the rear. You can see that my aileron flap just happened to meet right here. I make sure that my padding comes up above that, so my tape will come and go against that. And it doesn't have to be tight enough to hurt anything, just to keep the wing from moving. And right there, once I lock this down, it won't move anywhere. So the wing will be totally locked in place. You can see that I have this wing already secured. And I mean, I can pull on it. It won't go sideways, up, or down. All right, I'm going to finish getting the wing secured, and then we'll move on from there.